Welcome to Football Focus. Hope you're all having a great day. Before we kick off, if you love football, hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Let's dive in. From Gibbs-White failure to 5 shock signings, Tottenham's hidden master plan to dominate the Premier League. Tottenham Hotspur's pursuit of Morgan Gibbs-White may have ended in disappointment, but Ange Postecoglou and Daniel Levy have no time to sulk. With the transfer window ticking rapidly and the midfield needing immediate reinforcements, attention must swiftly pivot to alternative targets. Failure to sign the Nottingham Forest star has triggered a reassessment of strategy and opened up conversations across Europe. Now begins the deeper operation to secure not just a replacement, but a definitive upgrade. Spurs aren't just reacting, they're plotting. Harvey Elliott, though often overlooked among Liverpool's depth chart, has suddenly emerged as a prominent candidate. At 22, Elliott embodies the traits Tottenham desperately lack in their current midfield. His ability to carry the ball through tight lines, maintain composure under pressure, and deliver with both feet makes him an anomaly in today's physically obsessed midfield climate. While not possessing Gibbs-White's raw explosiveness, Elliott arguably delivers more consistency, higher passing metrics, and sharper final third decision-making. For Tottenham, this could be a blessing in disguise. Liverpool's midfield is stacked. Szoboszlai, McAllister, Gravenberch, Endo, Bajcetic, and the returning Thiago. Elliott could find himself 5th or 6th in the pecking order. For a player of his caliber, that's not good enough. Spurs have already opened informal talks with his representatives, with a valuation sitting around £40 million. Liverpool have not issued a definitive stance, but insiders suggest that a sale with a buyback clause might satisfy all parties. Tottenham could land a creative English midfielder proven in Premier League tempo without overpaying, a move that might heal the wound left by Gibbs-White. But Elliott isn't the only name generating waves behind Hotspur Way's iron gates. Adam Wharton is arguably the most Postecoglou-style midfielder on the radar. Since arriving at Crystal Palace, Wharton has been a revelation. Calm in possession, robust off the ball, and blessed with a maturity beyond his years. The former Blackburn maestro has transformed Palace's build-up play. He doesn't just recycle possession, he dictates it. Tottenham view him as the long-term orchestrator at the heart of a new-look midfield. Crystal Palace are reluctant sellers, and why wouldn't they be? With Michael Olise gone to Bayern and Eze linked with Arsenal, Wharton is viewed as untouchable. But football is merciless. Offers in excess of £60 million may force Palace to reconsider. Tottenham, though historically careful with their spending, are willing to go big on Wharton. His ceiling is immense, his England call-up imminent, and his adaptability rare. He can operate as a single pivot, a double pivot, or as the left-sided fulcrum in a midfield 3. With Postecoglou's focus on controlling possession and dominating transitions, Wharton ticks every tactical box. Then comes the wild card, Xavi Simons. The Dutch wonderkid is on loan at RB Leipzig from Paris Saint-Germain, but uncertainty clouds his long-term future. Leipzig want to extend the loan, PSG want to integrate him, Tottenham want to buy him. At 21, Simmons is the type of player you build your brand around. Marketable, versatile, technically sublime. He operates primarily as an attacking midfielder, but can play either wing or even deeper if required. Simmons registered 11 goals and 8 assists last season in Germany's top flight. He did so while playing in 3 different positions under 2 separate managers. That level of output and flexibility is what excites Tottenham. Postecoglou wants a fluid, interchangeable front 5. Simmons would slot perfectly as the bridge between midfield and attack. More importantly, his age profile aligns with the club's long-term project. Daniel Levy views the deal as both a sporting and commercial investment. The sticking point is the price. PSG values Simmons at £65 million, while Spurs are only prepared to go up to £55 million. Add-ons could close the gap, and Spurs remain confident the player would choose them over other suitors, including Chelsea. While the focus has been on flair and creativity, Tottenham also needs steel. The soft center that haunted them during the Conte and Mourinho eras has never truly been addressed. That's where Xiao Gomez comes in. The Brazilian midfielder, currently at Wolves, is a destroyer with finesse. He ranks among the league's best for tackles won, interceptions, and duels contested, yet also ranks in the top 20% for progressive passes. At 23, Gomes is ready for a step up. Wolves, embroiled in financial uncertainties, could be persuaded to sell for £38 to £42 million. Tottenham's recruitment team, led by João Long, have already scouted Gomes over 10 times in the last 12 months. Thomas Frank is said to be a fan, viewing Gomes as the type of modern destroyer who complements flair players like Maddison and Kulusevski. The only concern is discipline. He's prone to bookings and late challenges. But that edge might be what Spurs need to toughen up. And then there's João Palhinha, a player who needs no introduction. A Premier League warhorse, Palhinha has been a dominant figure for Fulham and now finds himself at Bayern Munich. The German champions bought him for £48 million, but it hasn't clicked. He started just 4 league games, overshadowed by Goretzka and Leimer. Tottenham have approached Bayern about a possible loan with an obligation to buy. Bayern are open to selling, but only for £40 million outright. Palhinha brings experience, power, leadership, and set-piece threat. At 29, he doesn't fit the club's youth-focused policy, but his profile makes sense. If Tottenham want a guaranteed impact player for 2 to 3 years while younger names develop, Palhinha is perfect. He offers more presence than Bissouma, more reliability than Højbjerg, and more discipline than Bentancur. He's the finished article. But Tottenham's strategy isn't just about replacing Gibbs-White. It's about building a midfield that can compete across 4 competitions. A midfield that can switch systems, 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1, even 3-4-2-1, without losing rhythm or identity. The failed pursuit of one player has sparked a cascade of intelligence-led decision-making. This is not panic buying. This is precision. Let's dissect how each of these 5 players fits into Ange's tactical matrix. Elliott is most suited to the right side of a midfield 3, offering overlaps and underlaps for Pedro Porro. His inside right channel delivery is second only to Maddison's in terms of volume. In a 4-3-3, he thrives between the lines. Against low blocks, his quick feet and sharp bursts are devastating. Against high presses, he becomes a press-resistant escape valve. His only weakness is aerial duels and physicality, but in Postecoglou's system, that's less of a priority. Wharton would be the tempo dictator. Think of what Rhodey is to City or Rice to Arsenal. He isn't flashy, but his passes break lines, his positioning cuts passing lanes, and his maturity calms chaos. Pairing Wharton with a box-to-box dynamo like Sarr or an enforcer like Gomes would create perfect synergy. Postecoglou could deploy him as the base in a 4-2-3-1 or rotate him with Bentancur in a 4-3-3. Simmons is the wild card. He could displace Maddison or even coexist with him. In away matches, Simmons could drift wide, letting Son or Kulusevski go central. In home games, Simmons could pull center backs out of shape with his sharp movements. He's a magnet for defenders, opening up gaps for forwards. His style mirrors Bernardo Silva, but with more verticality. Gomes would anchor the midfield when facing powerhouses like City or Liverpool. His ability to win the ball and transition quickly could offer Spurs a new weapon, turning defense into attack in seconds. Gomes isn't afraid to carry the ball 30 yards or crunch into tackles on the halfway line. He'd be the heartbeat of a high-energy pressing game. And then here's Palhinha. Offers something unique. Late runs into the box, towering headers at set pieces, leadership under pressure. Imagine Palhinha next to Wharton or Sarr, the perfect balance of youth and experience. His presence alone would lift the defensive structure by 20%. For all of Spurs' attacking promise, they've lacked someone who can bark orders, reset shape, and halt momentum. Financially, Tottenham could afford 2 of these 5 without breaching FFP guidelines. If they sell Lo Celso, Højbjerg, and offload Reguilon and Tanganga, they could recoup around £45 million. Add that to their current budget of £80 million, and they could spend close to £125 million. Signing Wharton and Gomes would cost around £100 million combined. Elliott and Palhinha would be £80 to £85 million. Simmons alone would be £60 to £65 million. The board must decide: go big on one superstar or distribute quality across multiple profiles. The fan base is split. Some crave the fantasy of Simmons, others want the pragmatism of Gomes and Wharton. But the club must focus on balance, adaptability, and longevity. The next fortnight will define the trajectory of Tottenham's season. Gibbs-White was never the endgame. He was a chapter. The real story starts now. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our Football Focus YouTube channel for more update news.